Welcome to the Chopra Center Mantra site or choprapsm.com for Primordial Sound Meditation instructors. You can use this site to generate mantras for your students. To get started, you must first log in by entering your email and your password. If you forgot your password, you can click on the Forgot Your Password link and your password will be sent to the email you have on file. Click the Login button and you access the dashboard. On the left, you see your profile with all your information. This information can be updated at any time, including resetting your password by entering a new password in the password field. Make sure that when you finish updating your information, you click the Update Profile button so the changes can take effect. If you notice here, you have an area where you can see how many free mantras you received and how many of these mantras you have used. So in this case, you have 3 free mantras. Also, if you purchased a package of mantras, on this field you'll display how many mantras you have on this package. For example, if you bought a package of 10 mantras, the number 10 will display here. And as you use the mantras on the package, another field will display saying how many mantras you have used from the package, so you can tell how many mantras you have left still. To get started, you must first add your student by clicking the Add Student field. Notice that on this screen, you only have a few fields that are required. You have the first name, last name, and the birth information so the mantra can be generated. Before you even enter the student information, let's look at the right side of the screen. If you have free mantras left, like in this case, there are 3 free mantras that are left, you can use your free mantra instead of paying the full price by clicking the free mantra checkbox. If you bought a package of mantras, the amount of mantras you bought will display here and you'll be able to click the package checkbox also to redeem the mantra from your package. If you don't click one of these checkbox, free or the package mantra, if you have any available, the full price will be charged on the mantra. So make sure to select the appropriate fields on the right side of the screen. Also, if you're doing a mantra for a child, make sure to select the appropriate checkbox. In this case, we're going to use one of the free mantras. So go back here and enter the student information. And if you have the information, even if it's not required, enter it because that will help you have a full database with all the records for your students. And you'll see that a little bit later. It's helpful to have all the student information if you have it available. If you don't have all this other information for the student, only the basic name and birth information, don't worry, you can just use that and you'll be still able to generate your mantra. Now goes where you enter the birth information. As you enter the country, the city displays, and then you can enter the date the person was born. Once all the information is complete, review the information, make sure everything is corrected, make sure you select the right information on the right side of the screen, meaning the checkbox, so you're not charged for a mantra. If you have free or package mantra, make sure everything is okay, and when it is, you click the Add Student button field. In this case, if you have forgotten any information, the system will alert you, like it just did. Now notice here that it says the student was added successfully and that you must complete the purchase before you can view the mantra. Now even if the student has a free mantra like this, in this case, you still must complete the purchase. So the only way to view the mantra for your student is going to the checkout and completing the purchase. So in this case, I had added a bunch of students together. So you can see here the one that we just added at the end is a free mantra. There's a regular mantra, a child mantra, and another free mantra. So you have all the information here. So review, make sure everything's correct here on the date and birth and the time. If something here is not right, you can always delete the student and re-add it before checking out. Now, since in this case I have one here that's a regular, so a price is being charged for the mantra, so you have to enter your credit card information before you can complete the purchase. Now, if I only had free mantras, like let's say we'll delete this student, and all the information that I have now is free mantras, then the credit card information disappeared. So you have 0, but you still must complete the purchase so you can see the mantras. Now, once the mantras are generated, a screen displays with the mantra number. So you know the mantras for each student. So here you have for each student the mantra that they have. Now, if you don't remember what those mantras are, the bija, you can easily see them. So let's close here. And here you can listen to the sounds of the mantras, or you can also view the students. Let's say you don't remember the mantra for that student. So you can first go here and view the students. And let's say here we have the ones that we generated, and the mantra number is listed over here. So you will notice first that the number 1 here, the first person on the top, I didn't enter all the information for this person, so there's hardly anything here. All the way, you can scroll all the way here. But the other students, I entered more information. So the best way to do this is, if you have more information for your student, enter here so you can use this as your own database, and you can even export to Excel and have our students on a spreadsheet. If you have a lot of students, you can also search them here by name and click Apply Filter. So once you apply the filter, here you can see the mantra for that student. And if you need to update the student record, you can click here also. So let's say right now the mantra is 16. So we want to see what is this mantra. So we remember the number 16. And if we need to update any information for the student, we can always click on the name of the student, and the student information will display again. And in this time, you're not adding the student, you're just updating the record. Let's say you found out that the address changed, or now you have a phone number. So even if you did not enter all the information before, you can come here and complete the rest of the information later. And here you have the birth, and you'd click Save to save the new information you entered. Now, going back to home, we're going to look at that mantra, number 16, that we generated from Mike. So we click on Listen to Sounds, and here you enter the number 16. After you enter 16, you must press the Enter button, otherwise the mantra will not display. So you press Enter, and here you'll be able to listen to the bija or to the full mantra. So in this case, let's see.
16, boom.
Or if you want to listen to the full mantra,
16, Om Boom Namaha.
and here you have displayed the mantra. You can also click on this link to get a complete list of the primordial sounds. So when you click on this link, a PDF file displays with 108 primordial sounds and a little bit of the explanation of the phonetics of it. And for each of the primordial sounds, you have the transliterated Sanskrit, which is this, and then the phonetic equivalent. It's easier to follow the phonetic equivalent, but here you see both, because this is what you give the student on their mantra card, and this is to help you pronounce it. But again, you can always listen on this page on how each mantra is pronounced by entering the mantra number here and pressing the Enter key. Now, one other thing you can do is purchase a package of mantras. So here when you click the purchase package, you have the option here to buy 10 mantras or 20 mantras. So you select the amount here, the quantity of packages you want, and it's automatically entered. And then you select that you want to do this. As soon as you select, the amount is filled right here. You're going to enter your credit card information, and you must click here that you accept the terms and conditions before you complete the purchase for the package. Once you complete the purchase for the package, the amount of mantras that you have will display in the package mantras fields. So This is, in a nutshell, you add a student, and you add as many students as you want in a row, and then once you add all the students for which you want to generate mantras, you complete the purchase by clicking on the complete purchase button. You can view the students that you've added under view students, but notice that only students for which you have already completed the purchase are going to display under view students. If you have added the students but you have not completed the purchase, they will not show on this screen. Only students for which you have gone through the whole process and you have generated the mantras are going to be here. And remember that you can always listen to the mantras here in the Listen to Sounds. If you have any more questions, make sure to email us at ccu@chopra.com. Thank you.